Feeling confident is what everyone seeks, to be able to go through any situation in the world and not be shaken by anything. If you are lying in bed at night thinking about how to solve a problem, the solution comes with ease. The first thought is, I need to be more confident in this situation. It's true, a lack of confidence usually holds us back, but when the situation comes around, there is very little chance the confidence we gave ourselves the night before will return. And if it somehow does, it doesn't stay for long. I have wanted to make a video on this for a while now. Here and there, I've discovered little ways to artificially boost my confidence. I would watch a YouTube video from a creator I liked who was very outgoing and analyze how they acted. I would feel very confident after watching the video. Any task or social situation I was in would be very easy and nothing was holding me back. But I ran into a huge problem. This feeling wouldn't last. I kept watching videos, but each time the effect would wear off faster. I restarted the script over and over again. I could not wrap my mind around the subject, finally giving up. I believed that I did not have the right to make a video on the subject because I could not find an unlimited source of confidence myself. But now I am certain that I have figured it out. Confidence is an illusion. It comes and goes like the wind. It's usually sparked by something random, like a positive conversation or listening to a type of music. When it lasts, nothing can stop you. Nothing holds you back. The colors seem more vibrant. Social awkwardness dissipates. And yes, you can try and keep using the same triggers to keep yourself confident, but it's not sustainable because each time you try it, the confidence gained is less and less. You are not in control. This situation is quite similar to how motivation works. When motivation is acquired, working hard comes with ease. But once it wears off, you try and try to get it back, but fail. It's a miserable game because you seem to be so close to winning it, when in reality, you haven't even begun it. So how does one begin this game? As I said, this situation is similar to the concept of motivation. The solution to motivation is discipline. This is because rather than overworking in a short burst, you can spread that tenacity over a much longer period by being consistent. So how does this translate to confidence? If motivation is equivalent to confidence, what is the counterpart of discipline? Imagine a king sitting on his throne in a castle. This king must rule over his people and be a leader. He has no time to think about silly things like his confidence level. He is upholding a legacy of great kings that goes back many generations. But the confidence he has is not a front. In fact, he has none. What resides in this king is much more potent and everlasting. He is certain. If you look around and wonder how most outgoing people have so much confidence, that is because they have either mastered the art of certainty or have naturally developed it over time. Certainty is defined as a firm conviction that something is the case. No second guessing. In any situation, you will be more than capable of performing exceptionally well or being able to overcome any problem that occurs. There are infinite possibilities for this aspect of life. We are held back so much by the doubtful voice in the back of our minds telling us something could go wrong, and it stops us from making decisions or taking actions that would greatly improve our lives. Doubt is irrational. It's a mentality that will destroy you because you're overthinking every possible way you could fail. But if you overpower that thought with certainty, you can live in the now. Any action that you take will absolutely be the right one. If you are wrong, you also know that you are capable of fixing it. How do you unlock certainty? It takes time and patience. You can't just all of a sudden be sure of yourself indefinitely. But the next time you feel anxious about saying or doing the wrong thing, remember doubt is all in your head. Of course, I don't mean that you should go around thinking that everything you say is correct. But don't overthink anything. If you're overthinking something difficult before it occurs, then you're just putting yourself through it twice. Another question is, how would I act if nothing were holding me back? If you knew that you were going to die in 5 years, would you still be held back by low confidence? What about 6 months? or even a week. It's funny that sometimes we feel like we have all the time in the world, but if we think about how we would act if there was no tomorrow, all fear and everything that holds us back seems small. One thing you can do is create a Google Doc or write in the notebook a paragraph reminding yourself to be certain. Read it each day, right after you wake up. In the paragraph, detail the exact person you want to be, and how you would act if nothing were holding you back. I highly recommend doing this because chances are your mind will reset the day after watching this video, and you'll forget anything you learned. Implement this idea in as many situations as possible to integrate it into your life. Just remember, confidence only comes from small things like getting a haircut or buying clothes that match your style. Earlier in the video, I talked about analyzing confident people. Even though it only gave me a temporary boost in confidence, over time, analyzing how they act contributes to certainty. There is a difference between analyzing and content consumption. When I was consuming content, I would copy how they acted for a few hours, but because I was copying them, I didn't feel like I was myself. If you find a role model who is charismatic and has a personality you want, watch what they do. Why are they certain of themselves? Is it their ability to speak? To be humorous? Is it the way they walk? The more you ask yourself these questions, the more you start molding yourself into the person you want to become, and you're not just copying someone else. It doesn't have to be a YouTuber or an online persona. It could be a role model in your family or friend group. It is very hard to be confident if you don't like the way you look or talk. Some things are out of your control. Sometimes you just have to fake it till you make it. If you don't feel certain of yourself, act like you are, and eventually it will stick. Say you consider yourself to be short, and you don't think people respect you. Forget about it, because you can't control it. Act like you're taller than everyone around you, and people will forget about your height. As for the things you can control, you know what it takes. Everything is connected. The better your lifestyle is, the easier it is to trust in yourself. Go to bed earlier, wake up earlier, minimize content consumption, minimize video games, go outside more, stop making excuses, and exercise more. Only then can you start seeing progress in your level of certainty. The most important line to remember is, always be certain of yourself and know that if you are wrong, you are fully capable of fixing the mistake.